went across the state to do the Great Escape, which we saw a high need in across the state as we're doing learning walks. We're seeing low engagement from our students. They're very disengaged, so we wanted to look at what are some strategies we can bring to teachers that they can do every day in their classroom to make their students a little bit more active with their learning process.
Using the escape room, teachers can incorporate any standard with their content area, and so you can include math skills, or what students will have to do, maybe addition or looking at fractions, just whatever skill they may be working on, and science skills where they may use the periodic table to solve problems for something, but just any content area skills can be incorporated within escape room.
The training was great. It was very interactive, it was very comprehensive. It was great because we had a lot of cross-curricular activities. We went all the way from social studies to math to science. There were a lot of things on the state of Mississippi that were included that were really good for our students. And it was great because we were able to have a lot of different teachers from different districts to come together and collaborate. So we're taking the standards that we're working on, and then we take the idea of an escape room and escaping, and we allow the students to solve a number of puzzles or any sort of type of mathematical problem that's embedded in the puzzles using cross-curricular ideas as well. And they're able to, quote, escape out of the escape room. So they're solving a problem, whatever that problem is.
It was challenging. We had a lot to learn, but it was fun though. I think our teacher wanted us to learn how to collaborate with our teammate and how to help them.
I do feel that this escape room idea helps children who maybe require some different learning strategies. There's a lot of tactile information and tactile learning that goes on. There's also a lot of learning that involves like vertical learning and movement. So there's also some auditory and some other elements. Any kind of learning style that you need to incorporate, you really can be creative and include that in your escape room. It's however you design it as the instructor.
The hardest part was when we had to do the math problems and the equation and stuff. You get to talk to your friends instead of being in single groups. You can collaborate to other people in all the other groups.
You can help the students through your grouping pairings as well. Let's say you have 4 groups, you can pair one of your lower students with a higher student in order for them to be kind of pulled up by that higher student during the grouping. And I feel like that'd be extremely effective for differentiated instruction. And then you want to make sure that your floor isn't too high when it comes to what you're teaching, what you're going over in the escape room. That way each student is able to participate in, what you find is that a lot of students who struggle in the classroom are extremely effective when it comes to the tactile aspects of, the escape room.
I've learned that teamwork will help you improve in a lot of different things, and if you are not participating, then your group will not achieve the goals that you or your group wants to achieve.
I spent $10 in order to set this up, essentially. I went to Dollar Tree and I walked around for about 30 minutes and figured out things that would be useful for an escape room. I bought the board for 50 cents and I just kind of pieced things together. It's more about your personal creativity rather than having to input a bunch of funds. I could set up an escape room for another teacher today and use the same budget, essentially. My experience with the children after having a bit of a conversation after the escape room was concluded, they seemed to have a bunch of fun doing it. It was an interesting change of pace compared to kind of just sitting in class lecturing and doing typical group work. They were allowed to use their imagination, and as a result they were a lot more excited about it. And all of the students said they want to do it again.
You learn stuff, but it's fun. But if you're sitting in your desk and doing work, it's just boring. You just have to write. But in the escape room, you get to do activities, you get to run around the room. It's just a lot more space and you get to have a lot more freedom. And yeah, that's what I think.